Marvel and Star Wars, once the undisputed champs of geek culture, now fighting to see who can flop harder. One is making content so bad that it makes Thor, the Dark World, look like Endgame. The other rewriting its legacy like a fanfic activist who failed English class. So, who's having the worst year, Marvel or Star Wars? Spoiler, it is us, the fans, dodging this corporate carnage. Marvel used to be the golden goose. Every movie a banger, every show a must-watch. Now, it's a masterclass in how to torch a $30 billion franchise. Phase 4 was a fever dream of bad ideas. Phase 5 is like Marvel said, hold my beer, we can do much worse. Let's start with the Marvels. It grossed $206 million against a $270 million budget, bombing so hard it made Morbius look like a good movie. Why? A messy plot, zero stakes, and chemistry that felt like a Zoom icebreaker gone wrong. It suffered from a feminist and uninspired plot in an era of post-wokeness and a lack of audience connection after Endgame. Then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. $476 million sounds decent, but against over $200 million in budget and marketing, it barely broke even. Fans on social media roasted its CGI ants and a Kang who felt rushed as a villain, not a Thanos-level threat. Quantumania was criticized for weak writing, over-reliance on green screen sets, and, again, wokeness on a post-woke era. Then there's Disney Plus, the place where Marvel's dreams go to die. Secret Invasion promised a gritty spy thriller, but gave us Nick Fury moping through a Skrull soap opera. It lacked narrative focus and squandered Samuel L. Jackson's charisma. Its 44% Rotten Tomatoes score reflects fans tuning out by episode 3. And Marvel's Echo, a Daredevil spin-off that felt like a side quest nobody asked for. 38% audience score, with ex-users calling it a filler with this. Echo felt disconnected from the MCU's core, with low stakes and poor marketing. And then we have Agatha All Along, which tried to ride WandaVision's coattails but landed as a glorified TikTok musical, with fans on Reddit slamming its bloated 9 episodes for minimal plot. It had a 66% audience score but was criticized for pacing and lack of impact. And don't forget about She-Hulk, Attorney at the Law. It aimed for quirky comedy but tripped over forced humor, a complete humiliation of Hulk's character, and a finale that broke the fourth wall so hard it alienated half the fanbase with a 32% Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Why? The tone swung from sitcom to lecture, and the CGI looked like a PS3 cutscene. And what about Blade? It's been delayed 3 times since 2019, losing 2 directors and a script rewrite. Fans on social media are already calling it cursed. Marvel's not building a universe, they're building a graveyard. And more recently, we have the Thunderbolts and the new anxiety-filled Fantastic Four. Both flopped when Marvel needed a win the most. Both suffered from the same thing, a complete distrust in Marvel movies' ability to deliver quality projects and a hero fatigue that comes from the stream of bad films. Although, in their defense, both were actually good movies. The Thunderbolts brought a great depiction of Sentry with a good Avengers B-team, and the Fantastic Four were able to deliver a compelling family story with a great big-screen Galactus. No small feat that, but the damage is already done. Marvel keeps promising a reset. Spoiler, it's just more multiverse nonsense and cameos to mask weak scripts. Even their 2025 win, Deadpool and Wolverine, feels like a fluke. Like nostalgia carrying a franchise too tired to stand on its own. Marvel's like that kid who peaked at high school and now keeps talking about how those were the days. We don't want more multiverse reruns. We want stories, not a CGI slideshow. Star Wars used to be the ultimate escape. Jedi, Sith, epic battles. Now, it's a Disney Plus assembly line pumping out shows that feel like they were greenlit by a boardroom algorithm. The Acolyte was hyped as a fresh start, new era, new stories. Instead, it gave us a feminist fever dream with some of the worst new characters ever made, and forced retcons that broke canon harder than a Death Star blast. Its 18% Rotten Tomatoes audience score is worse than the Star Wars holiday special. Why? Fans on social media raged over its lore-breaking twists, like a Force origin story that felt like fanfic gone wrong. The Acolyte's entire delivery alienated fans, and its slow pacing lost casual viewers. Skeleton Crew tried for Goonies vibes but landed as Baby Yoda without the charm, with sluggish pacing and forgettable characters. Its mixed reception stems from low stakes and lack of iconic characters. And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. It had Ewan McGregor back as a legend, but it stumbled with a meandering plot and a river arc that felt shoehorned in. Fans on Reddit called it a side quest stretched to 6 episodes. Andor Season 2's delays have fans on X worried it'll lose the spark of Season 1's gritty brilliance. And the High Republic books? They're a 500-page slog that only diehards will read, with X users joking it's like Star Wars homework. What about Star Wars movies? The last one was Rise of Skywalker in 2019, 6 years and counting. Disney's teased the Rey movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, and more. But 3 projects, including Taika Waititi's film, got axed in 2024. Thank God. #NotMyRey trended on X for weeks, with fans dreading another lore mess. It's like Disney's playing lightsaber roulette with the franchise. The worst part? The media's shilling for Disney like it's their day job. IGN slaps a 9 out of 10 on Marvel shows if the CGI doesn't crash. The Acolyte got a 78% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, but an 18% from fans. Echo, 60% critics, 38% audience. That's not a review gap, it's a canyon. Disney's response? Label fans toxic for wanting a story that doesn't feel like a corporate checklist. We're not haters, we're not trolls. We're just done with scripts that feel like they were written by a boardroom bot and CGI that looks like it's from a 2005 Xbox game. Criticism is love. It's us begging for the franchises we grew up with. So, who's imploding harder? Star Wars stumbles with a few duds a year, like a drunk uncle at a reunion. Marvel is a 24/7 content flood drowning us in mediocrity, with 4 films: Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, The Fantastic Four, Blade, and 5 shows like Daredevil. Born Again in 2025, Marvel's flops hit harder because there's more of them. Blade's lost 2 directors. Thunderbolts' trailer got yawns on X. It's death by 1,000 cameos. The MCU isn't the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore. It's maximum cringe underwhelm. Star Wars is just the opening act for this galactic disaster. I don't hate Marvel or Star Wars. These stories were my childhood, and they still have meaning to me to this day. They gave us heroes, heart, and hope. But when Disney treats fandom like a slot machine, we get lazy scripts, soulless CGI, and a fan base left in the dust. The media says there is a hero fatigue. They say there is an increase in toxic fans. That's bullshit. There is a wokeness fatigue and an increase in garbage movies. But the good news? We're waking up. On X, Reddit, and YouTube, fans are shouting for stories with soul. And if franchises continue to disrespect their fans this way, then things will only get worse.